Dello heavy-duty engine oils. Proven engine protection at prices you can rely on, giving you even more reasons to choose Dello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Equipment World. You're watching The Dirt. I'm your host, Brian, and today we're here to talk about a new player in the rental market. We're here to talk about Rubbl. But what is the platform and how exactly does it work? Here to talk with us today is Adam Greenberg, and he's going to break it down for us. So for the audience, can you give us a quick overview as to what Rubbl is?
Okay, Rubbl is a rental marketplace that's fully transactional and transparent. We list equipment that belongs to contractors or individual equipment owners. Their work's slow, and so they could use our platform to list their equipment, and they set the rental rates. And our job is to get their equipment utilized and give them some money for their equipment so they could pay their note to their bank or pocket it themselves. So that's the main business of Rubbl.
Gotcha. And so on the site, is it equipment only that's really available? What sort of things can you rent on Rubbl?
Well, right now, we're only renting self-propelled equipment and the few items that are not self-propelled, like light towers or generators that are on trailers. But it's mainly earth moving equipment, a lot of mini excavators, skid steers, smaller type rental equipment. But we also have some medium to larger size equipment as well. More, for the civil side, we have some bigger excavators and some wheel loaders and dozers as well.
Okay, perfect. So the big question I've got is if people are renting their personal equipment on the site, two things: how does insurance work, and then how does transportation of the equipment work?
On the insurance, we have Rubbl Managed Services. So when an order is placed, the renter has to purchase the damage and liability insurance from Rubbl. So the equipment owner is fully protected. And for transportation, we give the owner the first right to transport their machine because we want them to benefit. If they have trucks sitting around, we want them to earn revenue on their trucks. If they decline to do it and the renter wants to pick it up, the renter's more than welcome to do that as long as they have the proper insurance. And if those two scenarios don't work out, we use third-party truckers that are vetted in our network.
Okay, fair enough. That seems simple enough. So kind of mining the same vein as the insurance, how do you handle the prospect of machine damage? Not only on the front side of a transaction, this is personal equipment, it's probably got some scratches and dings, but then also comparing on the back side of the rental when it comes back, how do you differentiate between new damage? But before we get into that, I want to take a second to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Chevron Lubricants.
These cranes work around the clock for months at a time. If one of these engines ever goes down, it costs more than our reputation. Switching to Dello 600 ADF, it's been a game changer. We've had no issues with clogged DPFs. No regen lights, no cleaning, no replacements, nothing. This oil goes beyond anything we've ever used. I choose proven protection that keeps our cranes on the job. I choose Dello 600 ADF.
How do you handle the prospect of machine damage?
It's a really good question. So damage is always a subject of contention between the owner and the renter, blaming each other who did what. So what we've done is we've built our own inspection app, and we require the owner, prior to the machine leaving their yard, to inspect the machine, and it prompts them to take pictures and videos and check off all kinds of boxes. When the machine shows up at the job site, the first thing the renter does when the machine is offloaded is to do the same thing. At the end of the rental, the renter does it a third time, and then back in the owner's yard a fourth time. So there's a history and a timeline of all the inspections. And so there are no disputes of who damaged what. And it seems to be working very well for us.
Excellent. Are you guys rental only, or do you offer any options if someone's maybe looking to offload a piece of equipment, a rent to own or an RPO option?
So every owner's different. Some owners don't want to rent their machines. They only want to sell them. And so we received a lot of feedback from owners. And so we're adding a buy it now option on our site. And there's all kinds of backup support to sell that equipment with the inspection app. They could upload their oil sample histories, undercarriage reports, tire reports, any component histories. And Other owners don't want to sell their machines outright, but we offer a program called Rent to Own. And so the owner of the machine will list their machine on our site. They'll have a starting price, purchase price, which is typically higher than the cash buy it now price. And we allow 80% of the rent to apply against the starting price. So the renter has the convenience of using the machine and knowing if they like it or not. Try it, buy it, and they could use it for a while. And if they like what they see, they could convert the machine to a purchase at any time, up to 6 months. And also it helps them, we're basically financing them. So when they do convert the machine, they have a lower purchase price. So there's some equity that they built in the machine. So that's been a very popular option on our site.
Gotcha. So my final question for you is, as a new player on the market, I'm sure you guys are not in your final form. What are your kind of future thoughts for Rubbl? What do you see this kind of evolving into, and what directions will you guys grow into?
So we want to be a one-stop shop for the construction industry. So pretty soon we're going to be adding dumpsters, mobile containers, 20 and 40-foot containers, mobile offices, porta potties, anything you need on a job site. And we also have other plans here pretty soon. If you need to rent an equipment operator, we'll have certified operators on our site, because some contractors will be moving from state to state and they need equipment and with an operator. So we'll offer that option. And we have some other big plans coming down the road, but I really don't want to share them with you right now because they're pretty intuitive. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Adam, thank you so much again for the time and introducing us to Rubbl. I appreciate it. Well, thank you again for Adam coming on the show to give us a preview of how Rubbl works and what it's offering to the market that traditional rental companies aren't. So as always, I hope this helps you in your business. We'll see you on the next episode of The Dirt.